This post expands on the Cadence online learning for cadet instructors with Cadets Glider powered scholarship and flight ops program extending from the cadet level up through their FMIL and flight ops staff. So there's some confusion what constitutes a CAMI with the delegations and the training needed to represent the minister. So looking at the handbook for CAMIs, we can see that they're appointed, accepted, given a letter of appointment, and then a handbook and a numbered stamp with a wall certificate. So with the delegations to represent the minister, we're proposing this medical examiner certificate as well for the PLTS standards and the ability to represent the air cadets. That's a segue through the Strike Hornet with the D model and some of the munitions, just to draw eyes on to the object model, with of course the aircrew being the pointy end of the stick and requiring a number of qualified support staff, including medical, air traffic control, and whatever. So the Hornet makes a good set of props from the A, B, C, D, E, and F models, introducing advances in software, hardware, and the center stored attacks going here in the pedestal of the D model, with these 6 stored attacks available on demand. The MediaScan set of props is another extension of the object model that has bidirectional search and display, with this internet search form linked up as web control. What that allows us to do is transfer the workstation to a metaphorical fighter cockpit, as seen here in this F model with the controller heads in the rear. With internet technologies, it's easy to visualize data flow and traveling through cyberspace with radar in this lantern pot. What that gives us is a data stream we can map against this Strike Hornet object model. This is not unlike the Microsoft Outlook object model and typical Microsoft methodologies shown here in the development software, with the properties, methods, and events presented. And then there's a series of objects we can manipulate in code, and these act then as a middle interface to an underlying data store, which holds the case record in a Microsoft Access database as shown in this outline view. Then the Hornets itself has underwing stations mapped here with the C and E model, and that holds our assertions and rebuttals through this presentation pinched from the Raytheon, and rebuttal forensics, or any message we want to get out to the viewer through a targeting mode. So the pilot and lawyer work together as a crew to track and scan and neutralize any hostile emissions through this 3D presentation presented in FSX elsewhere, but the MediaScan track and scan looks like such, with planned position indicator in this scan is shown for bearing distance and altitude. So we'll close with a look at detect and track hostile emissions and the Raytheon presentation of selecting a target, loading up a rebuttal, and neutralizing the threat with our object model as shown.